Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to A Place in Space. You find us back on Tuesdays. Massive week of comics again, second week in a row, so let's get to it. Normally, I like showing a few, but I'm keeping grabbing out bundles and bundles these days, which can only really mean that comics are in great shape right now, which, frankly, is wonderful to see. Kicking off, we've got a little bit of a surprise. Bruce Campbell, as in the Bruce Campbell, brings you Sergeant Rock, which, premise-wise, wins it for me this week, which is Sergeant Rock is back in World War II, hunting down Hitler's secret factory, which churns out zombie soldiers. We could probably finish the video now, because that's winning. Obviously, you've got the one and only Eduardo Riso on artwork there. That's going to be absolutely gorgeous. My esteemed colleague behind the camera is telling me to lift the damn thing up, so I'm going to try that again. How about now? Win. Do yourself a favour and pick up a copy of that. Looks all kinds of bloody woof out of 10. Right, Tim Drake, Robin gets his own series after much acclaim. You demanded it via Twitter and they actually bloody listened. Well done, DC. We like you when you do that. Very good. Super quickly, I didn't want this to end, but it is. So, boo, but yay, maybe? Not sure. Task Force Z. This, for my money, is one of the best looking, consistent books from DC on the shelf right now. Panel for panel, page for page. Barrows has been absolutely smashing that. If you like your villains who happen to already be dead before the series starts, win. Bit of a weird one. Bear with me, because I don't entirely understand this myself yet. I intend to. Batman The Audio Adventures #1 comes hot off the heels after the, apparently, HBO award-winning series of the audiobook of Batman. So from what I can work out, this is a Batman comic series based on audio adventures based on Batman comics. I think. Maybe. Either way, it looks very pretty. So well done, DC, for producing more Batman comics. That's quite a novel experience for you. But looks very cool. Chime right in. Some brand new talent on the book, which either means DC have cheaped out or they're introducing some new up-and-comers who we'll be hearing about in years to come very shortly. Let's find out. Back to Marvel, because they're being a bit cheeky these days. Miles Morales Spiderman, you say? We've all heard of Miles. Yes, you have. This is his last issue. Don't get caught out. It restarts next month from Spider-Man Miles Morales. So if you got used to looking in the M section, don't. It will be hiding back under the S's again very shortly. Just wanted to point out before it disappears from my cranium forever. Also, Kieran Gillen happens to be doing the one-shots this week as well for Axe. This is the Avengers one-shot. That is out this week. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's indie time. It's always my favourite part of the video. Mainly because I get to waffle on about absolute burkery and madness for a couple of minutes. Right, we've got Tim Seeley of Hack Slash fame, who is dropping you a series about a roadie. 35 years after his heavy metal heyday, he's returning to his regular day job of being an exorcist. The only catch is this time he has to exorcise his, well, there's no two ways about saying it really, his daughter. It's quite grim. It's quite grim action and horror, which if you like Tim Seeley, or you've read a Tim Seeley book, you know that's exactly what he does. But yeah, looks rather fun. If you've never read a Tim Seeley book, that could well be your first one. Looks very cool, actually. Dark Horse are advertising it with Hellboy with slashes of Preacher, which is lofty heights to hit. So, come on, Tim, let's see what you got. Right, Street Fighter brings you the One Miss Chun-Li one-shot this week. Street Fighter, at this point, could well be publishing a regular series, and it would sell out issue to issue to issue. I'm sure at some point, Capcom, ladies and gents, we like you, bring that stuff back. But for now, we'll take what we can get. I'm going to waffle, right? Bear with me here. I love Ashley Wood. Formative creator for me. He's not on this book per se. He is the creative director behind this book per se. This is Onyx. I'm going to turn that round if you want to pause and read that blurb, because I don't really have the time to read it all out now. This looks more than a bit of me. Massive space-age sci-fi one-shot directed by Ashley Wood. Co-written by Chris Ryall. I know nothing about what I've just told you, like other than I want to read it. That came in today. I didn't even know of its existence. This is how comics can continually catch us out year in, year in, year in, year out. Didn't even know this was coming out. I probably did. Probably saw it in a previews at some point and thought to myself 3 months ago I should check that out. It turns up and I'm like, bloody hell, what is this? All kinds of good. Back from the grave, we've got Lazarus Risen. Greg Rucka doing his thing every 9 months periodically. Love this. If you've been doing it really like I have in trade, it's bloody awesome. A lot more indies. I like. 8 Billion Genies has been picked up by Amazon. You'll be hearing a lot about this over the next 16 months. If you don't wish to be caught out now, they are continuing to reprint it, but also this being issue 5, you'll have to trade in 2 months' time. So I believe issue 1 first print is now going for a lot of money. If you're like me and you'll be picking up the trade in the near future, do not fret. But just to let you know, that is now out. That is the first story arc wrapped. Now then, from Bitterroot fame, we've got his new, very bloody looking crime drama. Strictly on the 18 plus here, folks, so I can't show you any interior pages, but that looks all kinds of rough. Also, so does this. This is from Declan Shalvey, Moon Knight fame, if you've been reading over his recent books. But this looks like, if you're a fan of Criminal, or anything Brubaker or Rucker have ever done where people die in horrible ways, this could well be up your street. This Ex-CIA agent wakes up after a long time. The world's changed, obviously, after waking up for a good 30 years, and the man's just got to do some horrible, horrible stuff, which is essentially what I like reading in comic books, really. Probably says more about me than I should be letting on around 4:30 in the afternoon, but either way, let's do that. Now then, another one. Hollywood, get involved. We've already had Bruce Campbell. Now we will move over to Gollum and Andy Serkis, no less, doing Eternus. Pitch-wise, this is exactly what I want to read. 30 years after the death of Zeus, Hercules is a bit of a shambling drunk, which is something I identify with after my previous weekend. It looks bloody fantastic. Everything's getting pitched. I want to rip open that as well. Just, hello. Andy, I didn't know you had this in you, mate. I know you directed the second Venom, but that's, yes, well done. Consider me involved. Also, Scout, you get special acclaim here. You've been knocking it out the park recently with whatever your offerings are. It's awesome. Finally, last thing of the week before I get told to bugger off and start actually doing some work rather than fanning around on camera, we've got Bria by Christopher Cantwell. This is another high-octane looking high fantasy series. Again, this is what I mean. I've just shown you 3 comics that I kind of forgot were coming out until I held them in my hands today. This looks beautiful. A young lady wakes up in a fantasy world, realises she can do a lot more than she used to be able to remember doing in previous times. I've got to be somewhat careful about what I show there, actually. Hello. Can just about get away with that. Throw in a big splash of Arthurian legend, and I am more than sold. Right, a few quick covers of the week, and let's crack on. We've got J. Scott Campbell, no less, doing a nice, lovely Batman Beyond the White Knight variant cover. Love that. This is Travis Charest on a gorgeous alien kind of reprinted variant, but they've maxed out the contrasted colours. They've fleshed it all out to black and white and really ripped away all the colour from that, and it works beautifully. A little bit more involved here, so you might want to pause that and take a long-ring leak at that. Leak? Don't do that. Take a long-ring look. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm on about. That is J. Scott Campbell. Look at me. I really don't know what I'm on about. That is J.H. Williams III. There we go. Let's move over to Harley Quinn for 3 covers, actually. We've got the Stefan Sejic. Lovely. We've got the Natalie Sanders. Lovelier. And then we've also got Ryan Sook. Obviously homaging the absolutely epic Dark Knight Returns there. Thank you, Mr. Frank. Here's another Frank. This is Frank Cho giving you a Harley Quinn glow-in-the-dark cover. I'm going to move that around a little bit because there's a plastic bag on it. Artgerm, or Stanley, if you're his mother. Well done, mate. That's just bloody beautiful. I have to give mad props to the Human Target as well. They're lovely looking, feeling books. The bespoke paper, really nice cardstock covers. DC, you're killing it. I absolutely love it. As are you on this as well. This is the DC Horror presents Sergeant Rock murdering Hitler's zombies. No better person probably on the planet to do it rather than Charlie Adlard, obviously of Walking Dead fame, because that's cool. That's the 1 in 25 variant. But I'm going to go back over to Bria this week for Yannick Paquette doing, I just love that. It was soft, it was somewhat sensual, and she also looked like she's about to rip your guts out. Perfect. That's it from me this week, ladies and gents. I shall see you very soon because we've got more stuff to talk about, which is behind me. But we're going to save that for another time. I love you. Bye.